Welcome to BomiChess. Today we're gonna talk about Queen's Gambit, and we're gonna show some games with Queen's Gambit opening, and we're gonna show how some players made mistakes and their opponents took advantage of it. So Queen's Gambit goes like this: we have pawn to d4 played by white, then d5, and then white plays this pawn to c4. Now we are offering this pawn, so black can take it. This is Queen's Gambit accepted. And if black decides to play something else, for example, pawn to e6, now this is Queen's Gambit declined. So okay, let's see some games. This game was played in 1978 between Bill Wall and Robert Gent. Bill Wall was a chess player. He was a director of Chess Federation, some clubs. He has also written many chess books and chess articles. And the fun fact is that he was also Air Force officer, retired Air Force officer, and he was also engineer in NASA. So okay, he played white in this game and he opened up with d4. His opponent played d5, we have c4, and now the opponent took this pawn on c4. So this is Queen's Gambit accepted. Bill played knight to f3, we have knight to f6, and we have this pawn to e3. So he's now opening this pawn so that he can just take the pawn with the bishop. So okay, black played his pawn to g6 and he's trying to fianchetto his bishop to have it on this long diagonal. So Bill took the pawn on c4, what he was preparing in the previous move. And here his opponent also did the same, he put the bishop on this g7 square. And now we have queen to a4 check. So this is no big deal, black can simply play this pawn to c6 and everything is fine. But black played knight to d7. And this is a mistake. And now white has very nice tactics here. And Bill played bishop to f7 check. And now after this, black took this bishop. And now Bill played knight g5. And after this, his opponent resigned. Because now he saw the tactics that Bill saw some moves earlier. So okay, what happens? If the king goes back to e8, now this knight to d6 is attacking the queen, is going to pick up the queen. We don't care about this bishop, queen is better, right? So king cannot go to e8. So if king goes to f8, now we have the same move, knight to e6, and we are giving check and we are attacking the queen as well. We are going to pick up the queen in the next move. And if king goes to g8, now Bill has this tactic, queen to c4. This is going to lead to checkmate. So there's no defense against this move, so you can just simply try to play this knight to d5, then simply check, and this pawn to e6, sacrificing the pawn as well. Queen takes, and after king to f8, we have this queen to f7 checkmate. So okay, here opponent resigned after this knight to g5 check. So that was the first game. So the second game was played in 19th century. It was played in 1848 in Berlin, and it's played between Karl Mayet and Daniel Harwitz. And Harwitz was one of the strongest players in the world back then, during 1850s, and he was third or fourth player in the world, which he was very strong. So we are going to look at his perspective as a black. So okay, white opens with d4, we have d5, and we have c4. And here Harwitz decided to decline this Queen's Gambit. He played pawn to e6, we have knight to c3, knight to f6, and this bishop to g5. Now he's pinning this knight to the queen. Okay, black developed his knight on d8, d7, and we have pawn to d5 takes on d5, here pawn takes, and here white played this knight takes on d5. And this is a mistake. So white made a mistake here, and black took advantage of it right away. If you want to try to find the move of black, you can pause the video now and try to find it. Good luck. So okay, I hope that you found the move, and the move is actually this knight can take the knight. So black took this knight on d5, and now he is giving his queen. So okay, white took the queen, and now we have this simple bishop to b4 check. And now there's no way to prevent this check, but to give up the queen, queen to d2, and now black played the best move, king takes bishop on d8. So after this, white is going to lose the queen, and black is going to be whole piece up. So if you simply just take this bishop, for example, we can take it with a knight, and now we're even threatening this c2 check and forking the king and the rook. So after this king takes on d8, white decided to resign. And in third game we have a white player named Dudkin and black was Nikolai Sorokin. And Nikolai Sorokin was born in Kiev in 1900 and he moved to Georgia and he gave a great contribution to chess development in Georgia. So okay, he was black and let's see, white played pawn to d4, Sorokin played d5 and then we have this pawn to c4 and he didn't take this pawn, so his queen Gambit declined and he played pawn to e5. Here his opponent took on e5, he pushed the pawn to d4. And here we have this knight to f3. So his opponent is attacking this pawn 2 times. So Sorokin played this knight to c6, defended the pawn for the second time, and then we have this knight to d2. And here Sorokin played this queen to e7. So now he's attacking this pawn 2 times. He wants to take this pawn. And white played this pawn to e3, and Sorokin goes on with his plan, and he took the pawn with the knight on e5. And here his opponent could simply take this knight, and after the trade the game will go on. But he actually decided to take this pawn on d4. And this gives great tactical motive to Sorokin. And if you want to find the move, the next move that Sorokin played, you can pause the video now and try to find the best move. Good luck. So okay, I hope that you were able to find the move. And the move is knight to d3 checkmate. So now this pawn is pinned to the king, so you cannot take the knight. And this king is stuck here, so this is smarter mate. So I hope that you liked today's games. I hope that you were able to solve these patterns. Write down in the comments how do you like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!